Great Scott. Great Scott. Great Scott.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another fabulous Superman and Lois episode of Great Scott. I'm Scotty V, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about the pilot episode, which just aired on the evening that I am recording this. I was pleasantly surprised, as I didn't know exactly what to expect. I feel like it's been a long time since I saw the crossover and the whole idea that Superman and Lois were going to have a child or childs, and then they were going to go live on New Krypton because it was time for Supergirl to take over, and Superman wanted to have a family and be with Lois and be with his child when it was born. And now we realized pretty quickly with these trailers that have come out and the posters with both Jordan and Jonathan on them that they're now going to have two children, twins, and they're going to be fully grown, 14 as they say in the episode. I don't know how they got there. I don't know why they're there. What's interesting about it is everyone on the show acts as if they have been around since they were babies, which would mean 14 years have gone by. And one of the characters mentions in the show that Clark doesn't age. He looks exactly the way he did in high school. But I would argue that in this particular rendition, Lois hasn't aged either, because they didn't have any kids, and now they have two 14-year-old boys. The last time we saw them, she was just pregnant and going to have a baby. Then they found out it was going to be twins, and I thought I remembered it being a girl, or at some point being one girl, and then now it's two boys, and they're fully grown. I don't know what time period we're in. They don't mention any of the other superheroes, or the crossover, or the time travel, or anything that has happened. But as a standalone, if we didn't have all of the shows that have been on the CW all of this time, and let's just say it was a standalone show that had no connection to the others, it's a very interesting take on the legend. We haven't really seen Superman and Lois in this way before. Married, completely happy with each other, settled, no triangle, no issues, no thoughts of who is. You know, Lois knows who he is. They've been together a long time. And so long, in fact, that they have these two boys who are fully grown somehow. Now, we do have a whole series to figure this out, however long it lasts. So I'm presented with many more questions than I have answers, as is sort of a cliche to say about these things. But it does give me a much more interest in the future and seeing more episodes. There were a lot of cool things that happened very early on. We see Superman's arrival on Earth in this version of the universe, and there's a couple of cool Easter eggs sort of intermittently throughout the episode. I'm not going to get too spoilery here. And then there's a reveal at the end of the episode. You know, as these types of shows go, you often have a villain of the week or a villain of the arc, whatever time period they're telling a story of. One episode, two episodes, sometimes a whole season. And not that surprisingly, this reveal is surprising in a number of ways, and you'll see when you watch it. But I would give it a solid 4 or a B+. I can't, again, go into too much. The biggest thing that hurts it for me is my memory of where we were at and possibly where we were going to be going, and now just sort of a complete reset without any real explanation. But perhaps we're going to get that as time goes on. I understand that in many places it's not available yet. I have a friend that I talk to online that's in Japan, and I guess he doesn't even have any idea when it's going to be on. But he's very excited. Danielle Panabaker mentioned how excited she was about it. During the airing, Stephen A. Mell of Arrow mentioned that he was really enjoying it, and that it was only 15 minutes in and off to a really great start. I enjoyed it a lot. I found myself emotional at a couple of spots. Not overly. It wasn't overly emotional, but it was taken pretty seriously. Some things happening, as you might expect, with two teenage boys who were born of the last son of Krypton. But, yeah, solid show, enjoyable. And, of course, as you probably already knew, I will continue to watch. Thanks, everybody, for watching. And remember, 7 or 8 years of the Arrowverse and all of the shows, why is it refocusing again? Always look up in the sky. Stop it.